So you've got 2 months essentially. You've got 8 weeks, give or take, to figure out Black Friday.
Easy for some, just an offer. Not as easy for others because that offer is going to be turned into an email sequence, a flow. Got to think of the whole thing, haven't they?
Black Friday. So let's take a step back. What's your opinion on Black Friday, Nick?
I think it's something that was started by Amazon, wasn't it?
No, forget where it originated from.
What's my opinion?
But your opinion.
My
Nick
opinion
Boddington,
on it.
media buyer extraordinaire.
I think as a as a consumer, it's great. It gets people spending a lot of money buying stuff that probably aren't legitimately black sale deals, in a way.
Yeah.
And then I feel sorry for every small business that feels that they have to hang on and drop their pants when they don't really want to because everyone's just looking for a deal. And then everyone drags it out and does 30 days of it.
Yeah, I feel because we discuss this obviously every year, and I feel that we always come across a bit negative with Black Friday.
We do.
We do, and
I've already started.
Say again.
I've already started.
I know,
the podcast.
and it's hard because it can work, and it does clearly work for a lot of businesses. But I think you've got to have your wits about you. So if I look at last year's spend, and again this is across the board, 9.1 billion was spent on Black.
Just on the data, is that?
That was just on Black Friday ads. So where it was attributed to Black Friday deals, 9.2 or just under 9.2 billion was spent. Which let's say that's over a 7 to 10 day period. That's a lot of money.
More than I thought.
Which means that the more people are advertising, the higher the spend, and the higher the CPM, the higher the costs, which means you need to make sure that you are really aligned with what you're trying to achieve with Black Friday, not just I need to do it because everyone else is.
Yeah.
I know we say about this every year, but
if you don't feel you're in it, don't be in it.
Yeah, well, let's start with that then. So
it's a good way for a commerce business.
Yeah,
it's a great way to get rid of old stock.
It is.
Clearance stuff. Everyone's got it.
But they've got to be good deals because they're normally already in a sale, aren't they? I think what we've got to be conscious of this year more than ever is that the economics at the moment.
Yeah. Well, you think everyone's going to be jumping on waiting for Black Friday to buy the stuff they probably won't buy now? Would you, Michael? You hum then?
I was just going to say, I feel like most people have probably got something that if it went on Black Friday, they'd just be waiting. It's like you, the Hexclad. If Hexclad did a Black Friday thing,
40% off.
You'd probably be all over it. Or would you be other people?
I think it comes down to the things that you. Yeah, no, I think that's a great example because I know at the moment I'm seeing some 25% offs. I'm not into it yet. Now I know that if that gets to 35 on Black Friday, I know immediately that's going to come back down to 25 or I'm not going to see an offer. So then you've got to make a decision. There are other things that, we do it with some clients and stuff where there's always on offers and stuff like that because of certain products and things like this. But, with those, it's been Labor Day in America, so we've jumped onto their Labor Day offers. And that usually I started those ads Friday, they're going to end tonight. So, the ads sort of started saying Labor weekend, now they're saying Labor Day. And it's been really, really good with only a 15% off offer. Black Friday takes it to another level though, doesn't it? And I think a consumer's expectations of what are your expectations of what, from a consumer's point of view, if you were going to go, you're probably going to have some new trainers in mind for running. Now, if that happened on Black Friday, you're going to start looking the week prior and waiting to see what drops. What would you move for? Where does a needle have to be for you to go, okay? So let's say, because they're going to be 140 quid trainers, 130 quid trainers, aren't they?
Yeah, if I stick with On, it's contentious in terms of I'm looking for branding deals at the moment. So if everyone wants to
This
sponsor
episode of the Fake Market is brought to you by...
if anyone wants to sponsor a really shit podcast, but are in the running market, give me a shout. I don't know, because there's some good older models that I would take. 100 quid. 100 quid.
Yeah.
But you could, if I like Sport Pursuit, they're brilliant. So I could, you could probably find a few deals in there because they sometimes have them.
How much are they ordering it for?
On, so depending on what she'll want. So yeah, forget these. If you go to the actual running, go to activities, Michael. Yeah, filter. Yeah, filter.
God, they bring out so many more models all the time, don't they?
Yeah, do road running because they're the most expensive, really. Yeah, do those ones. They're always because they've got the. Yeah, you should look at those at 260.
260.
Yeah.
So what would those have to be at for you to...
I wouldn't buy those in a million years, Michael.
No, I know, but hypothetically.
No, well, I would. It's just
90 quid.
Why? What's wrong with them?
I wouldn't buy them.
Why then?
Because they're never going to be cheap enough for me to buy.
No, but do you think they'd be good?
I think
Boom.
I think they would be as good as the hill runs
or the Hockers. They look like Hockers, don't they?
They look horrendous, in my opinion.
Yeah, they do.
I don't know the look of
The
them.
on...
They do look horrendous.
Yeah.
But yeah, so anyway, excuse me, keeping me up. Yeah, so what deal would you have if there was something there? I mean, is 15% going to move the needle for people?
That's just a normal sales. I feel like, as you say, there's that expectation of a Black Friday sale has to be like a sort of once a year type kind of push you over the edge type sale where it's going to be like 40-50% off, 30% off.
I think the economics at the moment here in the UK, even more so in the States at the moment, I don't know what Black Friday is going to bode this year.
I know, it's going to be interesting, isn't it? Because people just haven't got... I mean, we were only talking about it earlier. Like, we know people in the shit, I think can be used with the interest rates and mortgages and stuff like this. I mean, not in a good position.
No, I was going to say interest rates here in the UK, people's mortgages, I think they did a study in on BBC News recently, which is the average increase is going to be £500. Now, that's a lot of money. If your mortgage is being increased with...
It's your monthly shopping bills suddenly now not on shopping.
Monthly shopping bills, the cost of living just in general has gone up. Even here where and this is baffling, fair play to them getting away with this. So, a croissant you can buy like 4 for a quid. Yeah, just in like Tesco or something. These guys here, fair play, they just put a bit of chocolate on it and a raspberry, £3.20. They're flogging them.
I had it at the train station, a 500ml bottle of Coke.
Yeah.
Like it was in the fridge. I was thinking, it's really hot. It'll be nice and cold.
It wasn't even just been put in there, hadn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't that cold. Yeah, £2.40.
Yeah, for £2.50.
But they'd already turned the thing around. So
we're so bad with it though as well, aren't we? But when I came in and sat here, I was looking at the cafe and I saw you and some of the other guys had like a nice can of Coke, and I was hot. And I thought, refreshing can of Coke Zero or something. And I thought, that's going to be £2, isn't it, from in there? So I'm not going to get it. I'll just drink my water. Mm. You think we're thinking about those things?
Yeah, and I think it's going to be even worse. This, going into by October, because those interest rates will have increased, especially on mortgage pay rates. So I don't know what Black Friday is going to bring this year. But I think, as always, you've got to go in a really clear objective and a bit of a plan. You can't, like you said about excess stock. Have you got old stock you can clear? Maybe it's what did Christian do all those years ago? He did mystery bundles.
They worked really well, didn't they?
Yeah, they worked well.
So great if you're in clothing or you're selling something that someone knows essentially what they're going to get. Yeah. Like if you're selling T-shirts, there might be a couple of designs they don't like, but you're doing a £35 guaranteed 10 T-shirts. I mean, they flew off the shelves when he did it, and that wasn't even Black Friday. That was just like his best ad, wasn't it?
One product at the moment that's selling like hotcakes on TikTok, and I think this is a telling of the time. Is you've probably seen it, the toilet paper. The 72 rolls. Do you know how much they're doing a month selling that?
72 rolls on where?
You can buy 72 rolls of toilet paper on TikTok. I don't know how much it is. It's cheap. Me and Ollie were discussing this when we met last week. They're doing 200 grand a month. Yeah.
Wonder what the quality is like.
I don't know about the quality.
It's every. I see it all the time.
Yeah, there you go. This is it. Yeah. So you get
63 by toilet rolls for 16.99.
7, right, Nick?
UK, is this UK or America?
Yeah. UK. It's 200 grand a month they're doing. 200 grand a month.
60 toilet rolls for £10.
Yeah.
72. What if you can click? What if you can click?
200,000 a month revenue.
So do 200k now.
£19 for 72. That was.
So again, going into the climate that we're in right now, Black Friday has got to be compelling because people are literally using TikTok to buy their toilet roll.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna sort of really reverse
Yeah.
engineer like telling of the time, that for me says a lot.
And these aren't all the same brand. These are all different brands.
No, because this one, I think it's Splash. They're the guys that have just they've
Started now. Everyone's like Cuddle one. Everyone's copying it and starting to copy
no,
it.
absolutely, because they've seen God. These guys are doing 200 grand a month. How on we need a slice of the pie.
Because there's 230,000 views on a TikTok about toilet roll.
But I'm going to go and buy some.
Yeah.
I've been going to so this weekend, this weekend
but
this weekend, right? So went to Marks and Spencer's and wanted a nice bottle of wine, okay? And only because there's a guy I watch on wine and he tells you what wine to buy in supermarkets, and there was one I wanted at Marks and Spencer's. But I also bought one Pinot Noir from Aldi, right? Because he was saying this is a really good one. But we did what we needed to buy. We bought what we needed to buy from Marks and Spencer's because we needed it for our food. And then we went to Aldi just to buy the toilet roll, which is their coconut scented toilet roll. And it's like £3 cheaper for the amount of rolls you get to anywhere in Sainsbury's. It smells better, is really nice to use, and we go there on purpose. So the other day we had one roll left. Nice.
That's 72 toilet rolls on a flash sale for £15.
We had one roll left. Actually, when we finished the podcast last week, I got home and Caroline went, "You didn't get my message, did you? To get more." And I was like, "I haven't even looked at the phone, so you should have called." "Oh, we only got one roll of toilet pulp left." So I was like, "Well, pop to Sainsbury's." She says, "It's all right, we'll go to Aldi. We'll just wait till tomorrow," because it's just you're looking for these deals.
So
Well,
you thinking it will be more deals on like sort of
No, I think the
essentials type thing?
No, I think the consumers are going to be very conscious of where their money's going.
Do I still need an air fryer even though it's £50, not 100?
So even me. So you said about running trainers, right? So I've got the running trainers I've got on today. They have had it. Like look at the soles. Now I don't know if you see those under there. The soles have gone. Yeah, they've seen better days.
How long have you had those?
About 2.5 years.
You
So
can walk in them though.
Yeah, I can walk in them. I won't use them for running. But my other half, who will be on maternity leave until Feb, as of October, she won't get paid because she only gets 9 months. So that next 3 months, we will not be like. Even now, I'm like, unless I need it.
Yeah.
I'm not spending
getting
money.
ready for those 3 months.
Yeah,
when she's
those
not
3
gonna
months
be at
where
work.
there's no income. Absolutely not. But that's most the UK right now, just in general. Like Aldi, Lidl, look at the success of those guys recently because of how cheap their products are. Like you with toilet paper, or we go to Aldi, Lidl, whichever one it is. It's good. Like you get in a lot more price bang for your buck.
There I tell you what though, bit of sneakiness going on though, because
I've spotted a few.
There's some products in there that I'm like, that's not cheaper.
No, it's not. I've spotted a couple.
And you've not even discounted that, and I know that's cheaper. I know that's cheaper at Sainsbury's.
Yeah, I can't remember. Well, I saw one.
Which I get it. So it's just like, okay, let's discount loads of stuff we know people are going to buy, and then other stuff we're gonna put it at normal prices because subconsciously it's like it's cheaper in here for everything, so I'm going to buy everything in here. But it wasn't cheaper.
No. But that's how they get you.
Yeah.
We know that. But no, I think especially those that are selling to consumers, I think you've got to really go with a very, very compelling offer this Black Friday, and something you've got to do is have a clear objective and goal. Like we mention every year, what are you doing? Is it to get rid of old stock? Is it whatever it may be? But you've got to go with a clear objective because otherwise you are going to just spend money. We know CPMs go up. You know, I don't know what it was last year. If I recall, it was what, 27%, 50%. That's a lot of extra cost per CPM.
And the thing is, your budget's got to go up as well.
Exactly.
Because the auction essentially goes up, and to enter it, and you're just not going to get. So you know, if you're not in the market, you can back off from the ad spend game.
Well, something you can do is use what you've already got. So again, what offline channels can you use? Can you use email marketing, which we know?
Build it, like we said. I've said on my podcast a year ago. Well, you know, not quite a year because it's like got a podcast. Yeah, that's from Facebook has a podcast. Yeah. And build 10% of your traffic should be leaving an email address, but because you should be building up that email database for things like Black Friday. So you can stop your ads for a week and set up 3 email campaigns.
Well, again, Sport Pursuit, I reference them so often because they're so good. Like, they're like a warehouse, aren't they, for sports gear, running, cycling, literally every sport under the sun. And they're brilliant. They'll email me 3-4 times a week. I know Black Friday comes along, they are going to be bombarding me. Do you know what? I'll probably look at every email. Oh, okay, it might have some paddle balls or something. It might have something. Probably not going to buy anything, but it will. I'll be compelled to look. Absolutely.
Yeah. Did you get your paddle boards from there?
I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah,
how much is a paddle board?
About 200 quid.
Oh, they can be cheaper though, or do you get? Are they just not good when they're cheaper? I'm sure when I looked, I don't need one, but I did look.
Depends the size. Depends on the size. Is like, yeah, because Quinn sits in the front of mine.
Do you think people are always spending less on advertising? Because we were talking about the expense.
No. I read a really good article actually in was it Wall Street or the Times, whatever it was last week. And don't laugh because I did actually read it, Nick. By the way, those publications do come and hit my desk. 4.4 increase in media spend next year.
Even with the cost of living and stuff. How do companies cover that increased spend?
Because they've got to. They've got to keep spending because they've still got to market their product or service. So the vast majority of that spend will be, you know, the larger entities in terms of, you know, if you look at the piece of the pie, it'll be the vast majority will be those. But small businesses still have to market. They still have to do awareness campaigns in the local area.
Yeah, but you look at people like a lot of our clients who the CPA has to be this.
Yeah.
It's like, well, it will also rise. So your CPA is going to go up with it. So your
we've got a client at the moment, I won't mention who they are, but they've got, they're in a really tricky predicament, which is their margin per sale has gone down. They've got less market share because it's a more crowded market, and marketing is getting the brunt of it going, well, we need more leads. But the cost of leads have gone up because it's a crowded market and there's more people advertising for this product. You're not converting at a better rate, which means our cost per acquisition has gone down, which means our margins are smaller. What can I do?
Cost per acquisition has gone up.
The cost per acquisition has gone up. Yeah, so it's really, like, they're in a really predicament, you know, and they have to report to the city twice a year. They're in a really hard position. They're like, James, what do you do? I'm like, well, you know, we've got to get your guys converting better in terms of the sales team, but what can we do to get you for this particular client, you know, mass market awareness that people that aren't in market today, when they are in market, we can get them without spending huge amounts on media spend. They're just the door's already been open, but back in the day.
But also maybe what's happening behind after prospects come in.
Yeah.
Remarketing.
Yeah, but they're all the things you've got to think about with Black Friday. This isn't just a wham bam thank you ma'am, because if you go down that route, you're going to get not so much penalised, but you're going to look at it in the end and go, bloody hell, where did my money go?
If you can't beat the ad game, then you need to think about, if it's not for this year, for next year. Like we have the birthday club. So some of our clients have an all year round campaign. Join our birthday club, which is give us your email address. We'll give you 20% off your birthday or $20 off or whatever your off might be. People sign up to it. But like, you know, the company, the lady we do it for is, I'm just thinking about now is a jewellery company. And I'm having a conversation with the team today because she's seeing how advertising costs have gone up a little bit more. People aren't spending as much. The ROAS isn't there. So then we're looking at the tactics of, okay, once someone's in, Let's retarget them with traffic campaigns. Let's, more omnipresent stuff rather than just trying to get the sale all the time. In the fact, hoping that someone sees it enough, they might go, oh, I'm going to type in the company name because I know the company name now. Like, let's imagine Huel, for instance. We've seen the adverts. I don't then go, before I signed up, I wouldn't have gone, oh, I'll wait for another Huel advert to come along because I can't remember what they're called and I need to click the ad. I'll just go, oh, I'm ready to buy that now. Huel, Google it. See what I mean? Now, I don't care about the attribution as a consumer of how they're going to figure out where I came from. Yes, I saw it first on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. But as a company, I'm now a new subscriber and they've acquired me as a customer. So these companies just be omnipresent, but build up that email address, email database through all year round birthday club offer or join this competition offer. Because if you're a business like a jewelry company or whatever, now is the time to get the email going more. So, they sending 3 emails a week, which is going, and then Black Friday, have that running more into it and just start making more money without the actual cost, the media cost of advertising. Oh, I can't even cross my legs.
Well, so if we look at Huel right now, and this is from a Google perspective, so some stats behind this. How many searches do you think Huel had last month, here in the UK?
How many searches on Google, Huel? I don't know. I could be way off. Hundreds of thousands?
Yeah, so it's pretty much 200k.
Okay.
What do you reckon the cost per click was? This is in dollars, by the way, which is a bit annoying.
$1.90.
$68, 0.68 cents.
Plenty. Okay.
Yeah. It's cheap, isn't it?
It is cheap.
That's cheap, and I'll tell you why that's cheap, because they've spent an absolute shed load on flooding the market, like the Whoop device that we discussed the other week. That's why it's that bloody cheap.
I saw a Whoop advert tonight, which actually made me. I double check. She came on. She said, "I've been now using a bit of an influencer, obviously." Excuse me. She said, "I've been using Whoop now for 5 years, and I love the new thing, the stress gauge they've brought onto the new download. Obviously you can update it, can't you?" And it made me think, oh, that's right. It's like we were saying on one of the other podcasts. You don't know what, mate. I didn't think it from a stress point of view. There would have been other reasons, but it just made me think. But it's like, what is it that, again, another podcast, but what is it that makes someone close or gain interest? I think that was last week's podcast, wasn't it?
But no, like Huel, will they do a Black Friday deal? We mention Apple every year, don't we?
Will they do one? I don't know.
How?
I don't. They're always on deals, not too bad. The thing that annoys me with Huel is I want to buy just one. Sometimes
Surreal back again.
I just want to buy.
Surreal do a Black Friday.
Yeah, if they do Black Friday, I'll probably buy it because I want to get some of that. But no, Huel, my order went through today for its 2 more breakfast. It was 57 quid. It'll last me a month or whatever, probably a bit more because I have other breakfasts sometimes. The chocolate breakfast one's really good. But I just want to buy the lunchtime ones. I've cancelled those. I've cancelled the subscription. I just want one. I don't want to have to buy 3 in one go and cost me 80 quid.
No, I get it. But from them...
It says last year, Huel doesn't tend to offer up discounts on its protein products, even on Black Friday.
But we see that with Apple, don't we? They just don't do, but they don't need to.
It makes sense, because don't Huel have a product called Huel Black?
Yeah, that's the one I have for breakfast.
Do a Huel Black Friday, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but they don't need to, do they?
No, that's fair.
They could be quite clever, actually. They could actually not market it as Black Friday product, but it would come across as a Black Friday product.
Yeah.
Just putting black in the sign.
Stephen, hit us out. Sure, our fees will match what you're
Well, they
looking for.
do. Yeah, they could be clever because they actually do the introductory. What you told me to get, you went through the introductory.
Yeah,
thing,
I did. Yeah, I thought.
And then I got the introductory, which I think was 50. So it was like I've got 57, 54, 57 quid in my head.
Yeah.
But I think you get about 80 quid's worth of stuff.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
That's what if they're going to do anything, that's what they would do.
Do companies do that where they have an offer that they have ordinarily, but sort of don't shout about the fact that this is always their offer and sort of repurpose it as a Black Friday?
I think most companies like that have like an introductory, welcome to our brand, welcome to our, especially in the food sort of beverage market, because they want people to taste it. Like Coco Canapé, we're doing that taster campaign. We want people to taste that hot chocolate and go, God, they're bloody amazing.
And they are good. I haven't had a hot chocolate out of them yet, but I've been nibbling on them.
Oh, they're good.
They're really good to nibble on as well.
They're good. Slim Lily, which is a company that we're going to start working with in January. Again, that's we want people to taste it. That's what we want. So yeah, normally, traditionally, they will have a sort of like an introductory offer. But yeah, going back onto Black Friday, I think, like I said, it's just making sure you've got an objective, a goal, and stick to your guns in terms of your budget. What is your budget? And reverse engineer that at a worst case scenario and go, is that palatable for us? And if it's not, just use channels that are cheaper. Use a bit of organic, although we know the trials and tribulations of organic social, but use email.
I think it's a thinking ahead thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Email. If you're going down for those 7 days, 10 days, and you're just on email and you really back off your ad spend, let it all get out of the way. Then just rely on your emails, because your emails can make a lot of money. Like this Labour weekend for this client, I think we've done. It'll be 5 emails altogether over the 4 days, and I think each email is going to do $1,500. So we're talking. We're going to take $7,000 from the emails.
No, but we're already going to start. I said this morning on the morning call, right? Let's start strategizing for clients. What budgets they've got? What can we do? What products have they got? Do they even want to do it? Again, it's not. They don't have to do it. But people are in market. I think that's trying to pull this into a positive. Us as consumers are in market because we're going to see these offers. Going on to the FOMO that we discussed last week.
The company's having the fear of missing out.
Yeah, absolutely.
The advertisers having the FOMO.
100%. But you've got to go in with that clear goal.
Yeah.
But like I said, people in market, like you said about the trainers. If a trainer deal come up, would I buy it? Yeah, probably, potentially, but it'd have to be a good deal. And I think that's where, because of the economics at the moment, it's got to be a good deal. You can't just go, shoestring budget and reduce it, like you said, 10% off. It's not gonna touch the sides. No one's gonna be interested. These have got to be legitimate, good bloody offers. And also, can you potentially? And again, this is a question that you'd have to answer as a business, which is, can I acquire a customer at a loss during these? If people are more in market. Great, let's see if I can get someone, again, like you said earlier, back into your email list. But again, that would have to be in a whole strategy, not just in terms of acquiring that customer, but then how are we going to use that email address and maybe SMS further down the line.
Yeah.
Take a hit on them up front to get them to stay.
Yeah.
It's a bit like HelloFresh where we spoke about it, where they're losing money on the first box or whatever to get people in the door, and then once you've tried it and gone, this is quite good actually.
Well, we're using it at the moment. We're on week 3 and it's already cancelled now because
the offers using it. I think I get 11 weeks. I think something like that.
So anything to add? Black Friday, set a goal, set a budget. What stock are you going to clear? Channels.
I'm not putting input in. Just leaving it to you.
Post Black Friday, what are you going to do?
That's it.
Is that it?
Yeah.
I could have said anything then, and he'd have gone, no, I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
What about creative? Anything?
I'll use this as my own podcast, save me an episode as well.
Just stealing my content. What about content?
Black Friday offer, nice, short and sweet.
No, you're dope in terms of actual creative.
Go down the black theme.
As in, have Black Friday in the stuff.
Oh yeah, just all over it.
Big bold.
Just, all anyone is going to be doing is looking at what your image offer says.
Okay.
The big number that they want to see.
See, normally I'd go against that, but the stuff you're doing for Wimride, So I'm
can't do anything else. It can't be like, guess what we're going to do? Click through here and we'll show you the deal. I'm not interested.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's not one of those things where you can sort of do that.
The problem is the consumer is just only online for a deal.
Yeah, you've got to play the game.
And the problem is, let's say air fryers, this new thing that I'm not going to have because I can cook. But let's say these air fryers go completely off more than they have done already, and everyone's going to go onto that, and then they're going to go onto the Argos website, and then they're going to go onto Currys, and all they're going to do is just now bounce about, add to cart here to see if they get the cheapest one. That's how a consumer would shop anyway, but it's going to be even worse. I won't be planning on buying anything.
I'm not planning on buying.
I'm not
So
planning on
I'll have emails galore like we all will, but I won't be.
There might be something that maybe gets me there a little bit, but I won't buy anything.
Unless you need it. Like I said, toilet roll, like, I think for me, if anyone's thinking about doing Black Friday, look on TikTok and understand why 200 grand a month is being spent on toilet roll via TikTok. And I think that pretty much says where we are climate-wise. And if you're selling jewellery, anything that's a luxury, can I afford to be in this market? Anyway, I've got to go home and put the kids to bed. So Nick,
enjoy that.
Nick, thank you so much for coming here.
Yeah, it's been brilliant. Bye everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.